right, cool. Right on the set. We going. 5, 4.
Mommy always said I'd forget my own head if it wasn't attached. Looks like Mommy was dead wrong.
You know when she speaks, that means the show begins.
That's your little girlfriend, man.
Hey, man, that's my lover right here. Hey, baby.
Right?
Your ugly ass.
Whatever love affair they got, that's between them two.
Hey, check it out, man. Welcome to another episode of Scary AF.
Yes.
I'm your host, B.Cole.
I'm Asylum Jim.
That's right, and we're here on our fourth episode.
This is our fourth one?
Fourth episode,
Damn.
man. 4 weeks.
Yeah.
We hanging in. Then
It's
guess
moving,
what?
Moving fast.
Yes, and I'd like to thank everyone who's been tuning in. I'd like to thank everyone who's been going to our Instagram page and also our Facebook page. And I got something to tell you that you don't know. That Facebook alerted me today that we reached 500 likes.
What? 500 likes?
500 likes.
You mean 500 people like us?
500 people. So, man, hey, now we want that 500 people to go ahead and share it to your people so we can get 500 more and more on top of that. Stack them. Let's stack them likes.
Yes.
But we appreciate y'all.
We do.
For supporting the show.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because Asylum Jim and I,
yes.
that's funny. Asylum Jim and I.
It's Jim and I.
Asylum Jim and I.
You silly, man.
We came up with this idea to have this platform for horror movie fans. Fanatics. People who love horror movies, love to be scared, the whole nine. We just want to discuss the movies from the past, the present, and the future about, all the things that, we know about movies.
Absolutely,
Behind the scenes, production notes, the stars who was in it and stuff like that. Stuntman. He go way deep.
Yeah, I'm a surgeon with this shit.
This type of dude be pausing the movie just to see who the stuntman is.
That's funny you said that because I was watching this is off the hill, man. I was watching Friday the 13th and we stopped it. I stopped the movie probably about 10-15 times on the stuntman because there was it was.
I knew it. That's just
I don't want to get deep into the shit.
But get deep because
all right.
But was I right about this dude?
Hey, listen.
The type of dude pause movies.
I paused. I don't know how you fucking knew that, but I do that. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. And I was watching Friday the 13th Part 5, the one of my favorite ones with Shavon Ross in it from Different Strokes. If y'all didn't know, Dudley from Different Strokes, he was in it. But there was a scene in the movie where the girl. This is almost at the end. Well, the girl was running from Jason. Now, in that movie, I hate to bring that up because that's not one of our movies that we're talking about today, but I'm just going to bring it up just for...
Yeah, just go ahead, man. Just do what the fuck you want.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So, so make a long story short, he was chasing her, and that wasn't actually Jason. That was the guy, his name was Roy. His son had got killed in the crazy farm. You remember in Friday the 13th Part 5? There was a crazy farm.
You asked me to remember a certain scene in a movie who had 20 sequels.
Man,
Part 5. Part 5
was with Dudley. And so make a long story short.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember.
He was chasing her and they ended up in this barn area.
I remember that.
And he threw Dudley's grandfather through the window.
So that
was a stuntman that he threw through the window.
So it wasn't actually the old man. Throw through the movie.
That wasn't.
I would hope they wouldn't throw a real old man through the window. I would hope they wouldn't.
They wouldn't do that, but when they cut the camera, my dude, they showed Dudley's grandfather. In other words, his grandfather was on the floor, and they cut the camera, and his grandfather was just sitting there, and this was Dudley's. Of course, the old man nigga thrown through the window. We wanted to know how Jason threw this body through the window. So what ended up happening is me and this person, I'm not going to name the name, but because we're on camera, we're on television, but we figured out how they threw this guy through the window. He jumped through the window. Did that make sense? He actually ran and jumped through the window.
Okay, now, all right, fine. If
hold
this
on.
particular stuntman is watching this show right now, please call in to make Asylum Jim's night.
Hey,
he's a big fan of you.
I'm a big fan of the stuntman that played in Friday the 13th Part 5.
You got thrown through the window. Please, if you're out there, call, visit the show.
Thank you.
Leave us a message.
Thank you.
and come visit Asylum Gym.
Please do, because I'm in love with I love the work of the stuntman that was in Friday the 13th Part 5. So if you can find us on Scary as Fuck, our podcast, please get in touch with us. I want to meet you. Go ahead.
Cool. Sorry, now, all right. Go ahead. So now, now,
some serious shit.
What we're doing, we're talking about today's movie of the past, which is the past movie of the week.
Past movie of the week.
And I got a good one.
You do?
I got a good one, man.
I trust you, man.
I'm gonna throw it out here. It was one of my favorite films as I was watching in the late 80s? I think it was the late 80s, early 90s.
Those were good years, man.
Yeah, but this movie, it was the first movie I saw Ving Rhames in.
Wait a second. You talking about this one, the Ving Rhames?
The Ving Rhames.
You talking about Big Ving Rhames with the big dude, Ving Rhames.
Yes,
damn.
Sir.
Okay.
Ving Rhames, Melvin from Baby Boy.
Yeah, he played in the horror movie.
He played in the horror movie. You know it when I say it.
Okay, which one was it?
It was called People Under the Stairs.
Get this shit. What?
Did you ever see People Under the Stairs?
I went to the theater to go see that.
And
that was Ving Rhames.
That was Ving Rhames.
No shit.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Ving Rhames. And you know what? Ving Rhames acting back then, it was kind of irritating to me because he seemed like one of them dudes in the hood who I grew up with or that lived in my neighborhood who was trying to be cool and trying to hang with everybody and tried to have this cool persona. And that's how he came off on film to me. I was like, and at that time I was like, man, who this big goofy dude? You know? But Ving Rhames went on and had a great career.
Yes.
And I really loved him in Pulp Fiction when he was in Pulp Fiction playing Marcellus in that. And then he went on and did some more roles. But this was one of his first roles, People Under the Stairs. And with that movie right there was about a family who had real people in
living under the
stairs in a basement, the whole nine. Yeah. And it was somebody visiting. It was the young kid.
The little curly haired kid.
The
dancer. He was like a dancer.
He was in like a Michael Jackson.
No doubt. He was a smooth criminal.
I know he snuck in the house.
Yeah.
And he was in the house and then he was hearing people like under the stairs. He was hearing through the vents and stuff and all that. And he was actually talking to somebody through the vents. One of the people
that were trying to get out, right?
They was trying to get out.
Yeah.
And what happened was I think Ving Rhames came into the house. It was just crazy because the dad was crazy in the movie.
Everybody was fucked up.
It was so fucked up.
I remember
but
that.
It was comical to me too.
Yeah, and it was one of those films where it was PG-13, was it? Was it a PG-13?
I think it was PG-13.
We were able to go see that film without my parents. I can remember that.
I think we was doing that with rated R movies anyway too, though. You know, back in the day. You
were sneaking. You asking grown-ups to take you into the theater,
in the movie.
You know what you was
doing. I'm gonna tell you what I was doing. I got on top of another kid's shoulders. We put a trench coat on, put a mustache, and we walked in the store. Does that work better for you?
That work better. Okay, all right.
Okay. So anyway,
yeah.
So
shit.
With People Under the Stairs, man.
Great film.
It was a good movie.
It was a great film. Very entertaining too. I might add.
The dad on that was very interesting to me too, man. He had this like awkward whole persona about himself where he was just like crazy. He was, but he was comical though. Yeah. He was shooting up the house. He had a shotgun shooting up the house and everything, man. But People Under the Stairs was one of them good films I like.
People Under the Stairs, man. I would give it, man. It's especially to the 80s because those were great years for me in the 80s, man. Where the films were actually more solid and they were on the ground.
And that was one of the movies that really had a leading black role.
The little kid actually was the star of the movie.
He was the star, and like I said, Ving Rhames was like the supporting actor.
Yeah. But
like I said, to have them two, as black, men in a horror film like that. I'm gonna watch that movie again. I haven't seen it in years, but I was trying to figure out what's a good movie to talk about today, and it was definitely
Dude, I'm not mad at you for that, man. That was actually one of those feel good movies. It was almost similar to like the Goonies. Do you remember the Goonies?
Yeah, I love the Goonies. But you know what? At the end of the movie, People Under the Stairs too. What was a good feeling about it? Because everybody got out everybody got out. At the end, everybody came from outside the house.
Yes.
And it was like spectators around the house, the police and stuff, everybody. So people just started seeing this house with all these people who coming out, everybody looking all like starved, haven't been fed, you know what I'm saying, malnourished, and you know what I'm saying. So It was
that film did some great things for you.
It was good.
Did good.
You know what I did like about it?
Stuck with you somehow.
It stuck with me. And I liked, at the end, this was kind of awkward. At the end, when they came out the house, the song they played at the end of the movie was "Do the Right Thing" by Redhead Kingpin. Anybody remember that song, Redhead Kingpin?
What?
And it was like, that was like really, like, it had no match. Like,
why would you?
I mean, even when they came out, it was like a sense of redemption. They came out,
right,
and they was like emancipated. They was out they wasn't captive anymore. And then they came out the house. Then all of a sudden you hear, "Do the right thing," not a black and white thing. You know, it's like,
they put a rap thing.
Redhead Kingpin. I was like, that's an awkward song to play for that movie.
Yeah.
You know, but people understand that was definitely one. If you haven't seen it, please see it. It's one of Ving Rhames' early movies. Check it out. I wonder what happened to the little kid in there too. You don't see him and stuff anymore.
Actually, his career actually did blossom a little bit. He was actually in Moesha, and he was actually part of that film. He was friends with Merlin Santana.
Merlin Santana from the Steve Harvey Show.
Yeah. Big ups to him. R.I.P. Man. Rest in peace, Merlin Santana.
Yeah,
man.
We lost
great
that.
Actor. Great actor. Very talented. Bro.
They were
actually friends, man. Like how you and I.
But you told me that he was in the car with Merlin Santana, right?
I don't want to quote that verbatim, but I think he was.
You think he was in the car?
And it's happening like in a gritty ass part of L.A. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
big ups, man.
Big ups, man.
To Merlin Santana, man.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. But the little actor that you're talking about, his name was something. What was his real name? Our viewers probably would know because we don't have our notes right in front of us though. But y'all know who it is. Little curly haired dude, little dancer. Y'all know who it is.
We don't do notes.
Yeah.
So, but if anyone knows, please leave it in the comments.
They can fill in the blanks who it is. They know who it is. But I don't know how his career is doing now. But big ups to wherever he is. He was a talent. They always say you do your best work when you're young.
Yeah, I mean,
you do your best work when you're young.
I think,
right? Do you believe that? You do your best work when you're young. When you're a baby,
you do your best work. That you're more enthused. You're energetic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think when you're older, you're more seasoned. You understand things a little bit more better. Yeah. And so you learn the business a lot.
So you just gave me a compliment because I'm more seasoned now. Thank you, man. Thank you for giving me a compliment.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. You much better now than you were as a kid actor.
Yeah.
When you were the gooch on the Different Strokes.
I'm the gooch.
Yeah, nobody ever saw the gooch on Different Strokes. There he is, right?
Good motherfucker. Because you never saw him.
Exactly.
You never saw the gooch, right?
Exactly. So, which is good. So now, man, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to our next segment.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to we're gonna go to our next segment, which we're gonna bring up our guests for the week.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you know what we got to do.
Yeah, I know.
The guests for the week.
We got to shut our lights out once again.
Somebody's about to get in the hot seat.
And I never know who you're going to bring. It's always a surprise. I know. And I'm really excited, too. I don't know who it is. That's why I love my life, y'all. Hey, can you see that? I love my life. Because I don't know what's going to happen.
It's so unpredictable. Right. But when it comes, you just expect good things to come. Like our guest right here that's in the hot seat.
He's the fortune teller. I never know. So
right now, let's go ahead. Let's pull our switch for the hot seat. And boom. We got this is my man.
What's up, y'all?
Comedian extraordinaire,
up and coming,
out of Chicago, Illinois, South Side. We got my man Marcus Shakes. Marcus Shakes, man, welcome to the show, Scary AF.
Marcus Shakes.
Hey, thank y'all for having me, man. I've been watching.
It's a pleasure, brother.
Yeah, you been watching?
Yeah, y'all got people
Shakes.
talking about their childhood trauma.
That's cool, man. Shakes been watching. He's one of our 500 likes, I believe. You know?
I was 501 this week.
I like that. Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
Man. Yeah, so we were talking
Shakes
about
is my dude.
We were talking about a movie, and now you're a young dude, Shakes. So you know what I'm saying. I know you was probably like a little a toddler when this movie was out called People Under the Stairs. You ever heard?
Do you remember that, Shakes?
You gotta.
Yeah, it's a movie about people under the stairs.
Okay.
Ving Rhames was in it. This is like one of this one Ving Rhames had he through the movie he wore one of them golden child beanies.
Remember the beanie? Yeah. It was an African, like one of those.
I think it was like a red leather Like it wasn't.
Yeah, I remember that. I
didn't like them hats.
Yeah, of course.
Eddie Murphy played it cool. He was cool with it in Golden Child. No. Eddie Murphy wasn't in. No, Eddie Murphy wore a hat like that in his movie called Golden Child. Okay. And then Ving Rhames wore in this movie called People Under the Stairs. But Ving Rhames, because Ving Rhames had the shag. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was just Ving Rhames just I don't know. He wasn't together with me on that movie, man. But I wasn't feeling him too much. But in hindsight, knowing his career now and where he came from, man, big ups, man.
Big ups to Ving Rhames.
Yeah, but that's the movie People Under the Stairs. You gotta check it out, man.
Check it out.
Now, what we
hadn't even thought about it.
Right.
Yeah, I was.
If anyone hasn't seen People Under the Stairs, we always put the movie up on for a fright or flight movie, and we give People Under the Stairs a fright. It's a fright movie where you can go, you get frightened, you enjoy, you be entertained, and it's comical too.
Absolutely, it is. It was very funny. It was very entertaining too.
Right. So so it's definitely a fright and not a flight. Definitely if it was a flight, we'd tell them just go away, step away from it. Don't.
I'm gonna take your word for it. Yeah. I ain't really into scary movies like that, but I love some scary movies when they good like that.
All right, well, cool. Yeah. Well, that's why we got you here today, because we want to know what's your scary movie of the week. What is the guest scary movie?
Are you even interested in scary movies? I want to know a comedian, because you're a good comedian, man.
This is how I put it, man. I love scary movies that are comical. They got a little mystery, and they actually scary.
Yeah.
Because there's some movies that be scary, cheesy, and then there's some movies that be like, okay, I gotta get a therapist after watching that.
Oh shit. Okay, I understand.
So the one I got for the week, I don't know if you guys probably seen this around your time, 1973. It's called Arnold. For movie fans back in that time, I watched the old school movies. Roddy McDowell, I believe.
Roddy McDowell?
Yeah,
Roddy McDowell? Roddy McDowell?
Yeah, this was a movie he was a part of, and he was one of the hottest scary movie figures back in the day, and he was in this
Clockwork Orange.
He was in the Clockwork
Orange? Fright Night too. I don't know. Fright Night.
One of my favorite films.
Yeah, Fright Night was dope.
Roddy McDowell, that's good. Yeah, good actor. But continue on with Arnold.
And so with Arnold, okay, so
what you talking about, Willis? Not that one.
He died. No, not that one. He died.
Because he is the Gooch. That's the Gooch from Different Strokes. I said that already.
You did.
He's the Gooch.
You did.
Never mind. Let's go. Arnold.
Okay.
That's the personal thing between me and this motherfucker.
Y'all was
inside joke.
Yeah.
So with Arnold, alright, it was a lady. She was widowed. Her husband died, man.
Yes.
Filthy rich dude.
Okay.
I mean, this how rich they was. They had an elevator on their stairs. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
So
they got real money.
Dangerous rich.
Dangerous rich.
For the 70s, that's real rich.
That's real rich.
Like elevator on the stairs.
On the stairs.
On the stairs. That's
First you had people under the stairs.
Yeah, now you got elevator on the stairs.
Oh, man, that's a movie by itself. Elevator on the stairs. That's a movie by itself.
That's some dangerous rich shit.
It was a good message in it. So they died. He died, and he was like, I'm gonna get his money to the family, but some things y'all gotta go through. Like, it was some plots and twists. It ain't gonna just be, he died, get the money. Now you gonna work for my money if I'm gonna die.
Oh shit, I can visualize that.
The twist was he wasn't that good of a dude. So what he did was he had multiple traps for various situations, for various people that I felt fit their character within the movie. So, everybody was going after the movie. They wasn't being true to each other. They was doing anything to get the movie, cutting each other out. And every chance somebody got to do somebody bogus, it happened, and they got killed off.
What?
Yeah,
so
crazy.
was this about greed?
It was about greed.
The emotion of greed. Wow.
So it was greed. I feel like love and just showing you what life. How life is when you let money blind you.
Oh, right. And so the guy who died, he's basically kind of sadistic, just like, he kind of a Jigsaw character, like Saw maybe, so
I
to
want to
speak,
give him that. Even when he was in the casket, I believe his casket was in the house. That's how crazy it was. Yeah, he was in the house, body still in there, and they just looking at him.
Okay, look at this. This is his little girlfriend, man. I'm sorry.
Well, okay.
This is thing, man. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
After this,
yeah, right. I ain't got nothing to do with that, Shakes.
That's my lady, man.
Yeah, that's his lady, man. I ain't got nothing to do with this shit.
Arnold, make sure y'all check it out. Arnold.
So,
came out in 1973, starring Roddy McDowell.
I want to see that. Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out.
And it's hilarious as well. It's a funny movie. That's what you'll like about it. And I ain't gonna give too much away, but I guarantee you're gonna laugh. You're gonna be scared, and you're gonna look at money a little differently after you see it.
So when did you actually see it? Because I know you wasn't even born in
That's deep.
So listen. So I used to always watch when I did watch scary movies. I used to watch when I was younger because now I can't.
When you was younger, yeah, you was born in 2007.
Man, I feel like this is my second life or third, so I've been around a couple times. But man, I watched it in I believe I was like 10. I was around 10 probably.
Well, that shows the level of your maturity, man. That you can watch something like that and be entertained by that, and pick that as your movie of the fucking week.
Yeah, it was something. It was something dope. I hope you guys check it out. It's called Arnold. 1973. And then the whole time they kept saying his name, Arnold. It was just crazy. It was a real dope.
We got an education tonight from Shaq.
Yeah, and I know had me on the show.
He was born in 2007, man. Damn.
Well, good. Well, check it out, man. Well, I'm glad you're sitting here, man, because right now you're going right into the next segment with us, which is the present movie of the week. Okay. And I want to talk about the present movie of the week, which is today. It's called Brightburn. Brightburn. Have you ever seen Brightburn? Mm-hmm. Oh man,
I've seen
Brightburn is it's a crazy movie. If you're a fan of Superman, you'll really appreciate this because it's kind of like the Superman story, but it's like a parallel universe, so to speak. Because this young boy was bad. Like parents, it was a kid who came from another planet, crashed, and the parents found him and they kept him to raise him. It's really the Superman story. And what they did, they raised this kid, but he was evil. He had evilness in him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So as a kid, he was just doing evil things. Yeah. And then, like, at one point, he just snapped at, like, maybe the age of 12 or 13 and just started killing everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Once his powers started developing. Yeah. And he had the powers of, like, Superman, but he used them for evil.
He used them for evil. Like, all the kids who bullied him at school. Yeah. He took care of them, the whole nine. Yeah. See, and that's just a message right there. It's all in the parenting because you look at this. When they found Superman, what's his name? Kal-El. What was Superman's real name? It wasn't
Kal-El.
Kal-El. Was it Kal-El?
It was Kal-El.
Kal-El or Kal-El.
It was what?
Kal-El. I know his daddy named Jor-El.
Is that?
Daddy named Jor-El.
You do remember that
from the planet Krypton. But anyway, when they named him Clark, they raised him as Clark, but they put them good values in Clark. You feel me?
Absolutely.
They taught him how to use his powers responsibly and everything. Now, with this movie, Brightburn, they took this young man and not that they were bad parents, but it's just they what's the word? They were enablers. You know what I'm saying? They kind of let him do something.
They couldn't whoop him. That's basically what
No, they wasn't going to whoop him. That's what they couldn't whoop him. They couldn't whoop him, but they also didn't do anything to put that discipline in them. Like, because they couldn't whoop, like, in Superman, they couldn't whoop Clark either. But they put that fear of parenting into Clark. Yeah. Of, like, you do what I say, because I'm the parent, I'm the adult.
Yeah, and it was a level of respect.
It was a level of respect,
and it was love there.
But with Brightburn, it was like, you do know I'm not from here. I have to respect you. Bow down to my powers.
Exactly. I kill all y'all asses.
And that's exactly what actually happened in that film. That film was real deep, man. So
it was.
If you were a fan of Superman or anything like that, you got to just be prepared for something totally different.
Yeah. No, I really would say, man, look at it as the story of Bizarro.
Oh yeah, Bizarro. That was the other side of Superman.
That's Zabaro is the parallel of Bizarro. Bizarro. That's what I said.
You said Sabaro, man.
You
did. You like Sabaro, man.
I said Bizarro.
I know what you said. I heard what you said. You said Sabaro. Right. You said Sabaro. I heard what you said.
You think about pizza.
You can't take it back. No, you can't take it back. No, you said Sabaro.
Sabaro's pizza is alright. But Brightburn, definitely see that now. I would say that's a fright movie. If I put it up on the chopping block of Fright or Flight, I would say that's definitely a fright movie. It will scare the hell out of you.
It can. It has the potential to scare you.
Because when he killed, it wasn't he was a young kid killing. I mean, he was like killing people like.
I'm going to tell you about the film, though. I don't mean to cut you off real quick.
He was skinning people alive.
He was, man. But you know what I didn't appreciate about that film?
What?
The cheesy comedy they put in it. There was some comedy that the dad did in it that really they could have cut out. And I hate to be like a Ebert in this, or a Siskel Ebert, but
yeah.
They could have left that out, and the film could have been more darker. I felt that film could have been more darker. Yes.
With the power, yeah, I haven't seen it, but I get the powers.
But I don't like when they try to incorporate that. They didn't need no cheesy one-liners. When you put cheesy one-liners in a movie, you crack it. You put a hole in it.
But at the same time,
you know what I'm saying? And it could be really good, but then you put these. I love. You my boy, you a comedian. I ain't got nothing against no comedians.
No, without a doubt. But
sometimes there's a time and place for that shit.
But see,
and they did that
me
in that
situation.
Me being a comedian,
right,
and looking at that movie, I look past them little one-liners because even if they weren't funny, I just, I didn't critique it, I didn't judge it. I just looked at it as just it's a line of a movie and it's carrying on.
Okay.
So I didn't know if they were trying to be funny.
Okay, well, that's what
if that's what if it was.
I enjoyed the film, but other than that, we're here to critique the film because we movie critics, man. So we critiquing the film. I didn't like that in the film. So
I gotta check it out, man.
Check it out, Shakes. Please check that out. That was a 2019, was it? 2018. It was 2018 film, Brightburn. It was a great film. I enjoyed it. Other than the cheesy one-liners they tried to put in there with some comedy, they could have left that out. But other than that, it was good. Go see it.
You can catch it on demand. You can catch it on demand. It's out there. Yes. I believe it's on DVD right now.
It's on YouTube.
It's on.
You can catch it on. You can catch snippets of YouTube. You can catch like part 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I watch off that.
Yeah. And if you got Fire Stick, man.
Yeah. So Brightburn will get a fright.
That will get a fright. Definitely get a fright.
Brightburn is a fright.
Not a flight. It's a fright. So see Brightburn, please.
See Brightburn.
All right. Cool, man. So
thank you, man, for your film, man.
Arnold.
Yeah. Thank you for educating us, bro.
Check it out on that for real.
A young cat.
I'm telling you, if you're a Twilight Zone fan,
that's it.
I love
Twilight Zone.
Shout out to Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Rod Serling, baby.
You did some beautiful things with those shows and the seasons. Like I appreciate you for making those. So if you gonna revamp it, just throw me in one. That's just one.
Jordan Peele, you just heard Jordan Peele.
Who you talking? Are you talking to Rod Serling or are you talking to Jordan Peele?
I'm talking about Rob Sterling.
Okay.
No disrespect to Jordan Peele, but Twilight Zone is something you can't redo Twilight Zone. I'm telling you.
And for somebody this young that like the Twilight Zone, I like this kid already. I love this kid.
Because if you think about it, a lot of the movies today are plots from the Twilight Zone.
Absolutely.
It's like The Simpsons. Twilight Zone, The Simpsons are scary movies.
Bingo.
Twilight Zone did everything before movies really got a chance.
Exactly.
Man, we getting education.
I'm telling you, Twilight Zone, it makes you think, man. Just think about it. And you probably don't know, back in the days of black and white movies, a lot of your stars you see now started in the Twilight Zone. A lot of people
you saw like William Shatner, my man. I saw one with Mick. And remember Mick from Rocky? Yo, Rock.
He was in those.
Yeah, Mickey. He was on there. Mickey. Not only was he in Rocky, but he was in a lot of films such as Twilight Zone, but he was also the Penguin in Batman.
He sure in the hell was. He sure in the hell was. He sure was. Education.
And I forgot
education.
What's his name? I forgot his name. Real name. Burgess Meredith.
Burgess Meredith. Thank you to our producer. Our producer had to help us out. He threw us an anchor.
Burgess Meredith, right? Burgess Meredith. Yeah, and he was in there, and like I said, rest in peace to him. But he made the Rocky franchise really good, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna eat light in the crap thunder, kid.
That was real good.
That was good.
That was good. Get up, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was good.
Mickey loves you.
Oh shit!
I know.
We need
you
more.
sound like Popeye.
We need more motivators like you.
All right, man. Cool. So we're gonna go to our next and final segment of the show, and it's the future movie of the week. And our future movie of the week, we're going to talk about Pennywise.
No, you didn't just go there.
The sequel to It.
No, you did not just go there.
It too is released on my birthday, September 4th.
Okay.
Oh, really?
I think I'm going to go see it opening night. I think I'm going to treat myself for my birthday. I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to go see it.
Damn.
But It too, I did like the first one. Did you see the first one?
Yeah, I seen the first one.
First, it was cool.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I love the old school.
You like the old?
So when I see some of the newer movies, I'm like, man. Cheesy.
The
old school.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like Chucky the Doll. That's an old school movie. I know it's y'all movie, but Chucky the Doll that traumatized a lot of kids.
Yeah. The original Chucky is the best Chucky. This new one they came out with,
it was too comical.
Did you like the new one?
I feel like they kind of went back to the roots of Chucky being a straight killer. Okay. But they try to update it too much. He didn't even look the same. Like I wasn't really scared of that Chucky. I was like, man, he need a better style than anything.
Chucky got a nose job. He got his cheekbones set up. He looked like Caitlyn Jenner. That's what.
Come on, man.
Hey, it's silly, man.
So, but silly. And what I didn't like about this Chucky, I didn't like about this Chucky because he was, but no, I think it was kind of clever because he was able to connect to all the electronic devices in the house. He was Bluetooth ready.
Man,
he
was. This was already a killer.
Right, he was Chucky with Bluetooth though. He was a Bluetooth ready Chucky.
He was.
He was going into the iPads, into the laptops and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was doing everything.
So let me ask you this, y'all. Since we're talking about this, because I think we mentioned Chucky in one of our other segments.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
But Shakes didn't get a chance to be on that. Can I take this thing off real quick?
Man, dude, that's you. But I don't even know why you got it on.
Oh, I thought...
Hey, this is a scary... This fuck podcast.
Yeah,
like,
sorry, man.
That's scary.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had this on.
I know you had onions.
Because I had it
on your.
I did, and I was having onion breath. This was for that, but I just, I'm a surgeon, so I had to have this.
Yeah, a silent gin.
Did you? Shakes, this is a question for you, man. Did you enjoy part 1 of Chucky?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you like the throwback storyline, and were you attracted to the storyline, or what was it that didn't do it for you in this new Chucky film?
It really was the storyline with the kid and how it connected. Just off bat, like the connection between the kid, because it started off as something so pleasant, like a little kid. He found the dog. He was, he ain't really had good parenting skills in his house, and Chucky was there for him.
Yeah.
And then he started killing his folks. And I'm like, Chucky gotta go. Like, Chucky gotta go. You trying to throw your mama out the window? You can't.
Chucky was bad, man.
Chucky was bad.
But this is the generation of all remakes right now.
It is.
Like the new generation of the kid. I feel sorry for the kids now and the teens right now today because they get nothing but the remakes. It's no original movies being done today. Everything is reboot.
Everything is reboot.
And it's bad. It's bad. I don't think it's good.
CGI reboot and
I don't think it's good for
kind of watered down. So yeah.
You gotta inspire and motivate the next generation, man, with originality, and they're not getting it.
The next generation sitting right here. He's telling you, this guy right here is an up-and-coming comedian, a very talented man. And he's telling you right now that he like throwback shit.
The throwbacks.
That's what it's gonna take. That's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take the generation to go back and look at the original movies to see and feel how it really was. Now with it. Get back to it. The original It came out in the 80s. Was that the late 80s?
I believe so.
The original It actually came out in the year of 1986 or 87. Don't quote me right now. I think it was 87.
I know it was
a TV version. It was a TV series called It.
It was a TV series.
And that's where it began. And it was very paralyzing too. It was very scary.
My man Tim Curry, he was the Pennywise. And I remember John Ritter, Jack Tripper was in it. And we said this on the last show. But at the same, I want to move on to the sequel that's coming out on my birthday, September 4th.
September 4th. That's opening day?
That's opening day. Really? So I saw the trailers for it, man.
What'd you think?
It looks scary.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to do what it's supposed to do.
Do you think it'll live up to the actual... So this is the sequel to the new version of It. So this is the sequel to... They came out with one 2 years ago.
Right, but see, the one they came out with 2 years ago was basically the prequel to the one that was in 1986. You feel me?
I got you.
So now the sequel is basically the real remake of 1986. Because if you think about the 1986 version, they were already grown adults, and they were talking about the younger. Talk about their time in the past as kids dealing with Pennywise.
Okay.
So now basically this is really the actual remake.
This coming up is going to be the
because now they're adults.
Yeah.
If you remember the first It that came out a couple of years ago, they were kids. So that was basically the prequel.
Okay.
Just saying all the stuff that they were talking about in the original in 1986, they just made it that whole entire movie for the new remake.
Okay.
And they were kids.
Okay.
So now this version, they're adults talking about what happened back then, the experience they had as kids, reflecting back to the first one that came out a couple of years ago. Okay. But all it is the exact same thing that happened in 1986 version when they were adults, talking about, you know, and then Pennywise came back. Okay. You know, you start seeing them again.
I follow you.
So this time, what I do,
he's like a
salute them on the filmmakers and the producers. They do make it more scarier because, like you said, in 1986 it was made for TV. You can only do so much for TV in 1986. You wasn't getting away with a lot of stuff for television in 1986.
Insane.
1990. It came in 1990.
Oh no! Okay. Another fun fact from our producer. Man, he actually helped it. Thank you, man, because we on the wrong motherfucking track.
We up here saying 86.
1990. 1990. Fucking 90. So 1990
is when it came out.
That's a surprise you didn't know that.
No, I didn't. Because 1990. I was busy doing stuff.
Oh yeah, man. Damn, we gotta get these dates right.
I didn't even see it.
I'm telling you, I'm quoting these dates and they're all wrong. 1990. Big ups to our producer right there.
Thank you. Yeah. So, but at the same time, this one we definitely got to see. It's gonna be. I'm predicting it's gonna be a fright. Okay. I'm predicting.
I would say so because I did enjoy the actual remake from 2 years ago.
And the trailer is good. The
trailer grabbed me.
Check out the trailer.
Did you see the trailer, Shake?
I seen a little bit of it.
If you haven't seen the trailer,
are you even interested in this? Are you interested in it?
I want to see it. I want to see it if it's going to like just really capitalize on them being adults getting chased by another grown adult. I think that's the thing we forget about scary movies. This is another adult chasing another adult.
But you got to think about it too, though. You got to think about it too. You gotta think about this, man. Look at the travesties that happened over the country when the internet was going crazy, when the clowns was just showing up everywhere. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Like clowns just appearing everywhere. And like I said, it's like even when you wouldn't be afraid of a clown if you just seen them during the day holding balloons on the corner around a group of people. Yeah. But let a clown see you, and you see a clown at midnight. At night, y'all the only ones on the street. And he holding balloons. I don't care how happy or friendly he look. You gonna be scared.
We're gonna have some issues.
I don't even do anybody. If you see anybody at midnight, you gonna be scared. I don't care if it's a little white girl. If you see a little white girl on the corner in one of the little old school little dresses. And you see it on the corner just holding a little teddy bear, and it's midnight. You ain't gonna walk towards. You ain't walking towards that little girl.
Of course not.
Yeah, you gonna go the opposite way.
You know who I always used to think that I'd be afraid of if I seen walking through if I was walking through a dark alley and I seen. Remember that McDonald's character Make Moon at night. Remember they had the big moon half.
Yeah.
I was like, man. I was afraid. I was like, man, if I ever run into that dude at night, dude, that's scary as hell. Moon McKnight, nigga. Moon McKnight. They need to make a movie with Moon McKnight. Call it McKillen or something. You know what I'm saying?
He's nostalgia. He's nostalgia scary.
But like I said, so going back to seeing the clown.
Yes, very scary. But at the same time, balloons on the set today. I don't know why.
But here's the thing with Pennywise, it wasn't even about him just being a clown. His appearance, that he actually had powers to do stuff. He had powers to kill you. You know what I'm saying? He even made.
Was he Did he have psychic powers? What kind of powers?
I feel like it was a mental thing with him.
What kind of grip did he have on these kids? What kind of?
It was. I think he fed off your fear.
Yeah.
If you look at it, he fed off your fear, and he used your fears against you. I believe.
Okay. Man, I know the scary part where it even kicked off, and I didn't even think they was gonna go there.
Yeah.
With this one, in the beginning of the one that just came out, when the little boy saw him in the sewer.
Oh, that right there.
He saw him in the sewer. And the little boy, and when he had the little red balloon, the little boy looking into the sewer. And then Pennywise grabbed him, pulled him in, stuff like that. Crazy. But it was like scary, man. It was like
that was very.
People need to watch their kids. That's what it is. That's why watch your kids. Stop letting your kids
watch your kids,
especially when it's raining outside.
Keep an eye on your kids. Keep them in the yard with the gate closed. Then not only that, quit enabling your kids, or they're gonna be like Brightburn. They're gonna be like a little kid killing your ass later on in life Cause you just enabling them, letting them do what the fuck they want.
But I will say this,
Thank you for the Smokey Bear announcement.
Villains get it pretty bad though. A lot of villains, they be having some terrible childhoods. It start when you a kid. Just think about it. Like for instance, the Penguin. You know what? I was watching the Penguin the other day, and I was like, you know what? I can't even be mad at him. As soon as he was born, it was like, you ugly. I'm finna throw you in the sewer. I would have been mad as hell. I grew up with like, damn, y'all threw me in the sewer.
I would have been a little resentful too.
You would have been kind of mad, man.
I mean, a lot of kids had trouble, man. I mean, like look at Michael Myers, look at Jason, look at you know what I'm saying, Freddy Krueger. Everybody has, before they became killers, it was something that sparked that shit.
Something happened.
Michael was prideful because you could have got over that, Mike. You wrong.
Something always happens.
So definitely, man. So I like to really wrap this show up. And just thank our guests,
man. Big ups to our guests, man, and our movie selections, man. But big ups to this young dude right here. He's doing big things. Yeah. This dude is the next up and coming Grand Slam. Did I say it right?
No.
Grand Slam comedian. One of my favorite comedians.
Right.
One of my favorites. Yeah. Marcus Shakes.
Hey, let them know where they can find you on social media.
You can follow me on Facebook at Marcus Shakes, on Instagram, Shakes the Comedian. And every last Saturday of the month, I produce my own show at the Wise Owl called Hey, That's That Show, 324 South Racing Avenue. We got free parking in the parking lot. So follow me. And hey, thank you all for having me. Because hey, this is scary as fuck. Like, I don't think I can trust y'all out that league.
Hey, hey, bro, man, we love having you, man.
Hey, like I said,
this was a surprise.
And we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Appreciate you all. Make sure you go to the page. Make sure you spread the word.
Spread the word. Man,
we'll be back next week with another show with more topics, the whole nine, everything. So, like I said, I'm B.Cole.
I'm Asylum Jim.
Don't be afraid.
Be scary as fuck.
Peace.
I can't wait for you to see my new trailer.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Shakes.
What do you think? Do you like it?